The death toll rises on day 2 of Turkey's invasion of northern Syria. Students at Hamburg got an early opportunity to vote for this year's election. The NBA Championship Trophy comes to Hamburg's North Campus. Hamburg News starts now. Hello, I'm Zainab Zaman coming to you from our newsroom at Hamburg's North Campus. It's Thursday, June 20th. Here's what's making news this hour. Fans of a popular Syrian restaurant that was forced to close due to online hate will be happy to know the restaurant is reopening. The restaurant, run by recent refugees, got support from a major Canadian franchise. Sydney Walcott has the details.
We want foster hope and resilience in the face of intimidation and hostility.
Fans of Sufi's restaurant woke up to good news this morning as Paramount Fine Foods will be saving the restaurant. Originally, the restaurant had planned on shutting down after receiving death threats due to their son taking part in an anti-hate protest. Paramount Fine Foods CEO Mohammed Faqih wanted to help the Al Sufi family to send a message and say that hate will never win in Canada.
We need to send a message that Toronto is safe for business. We need to send a message that Canada is safe for business. We need to maintain Canada open and welcoming to people that want to contribute and be part of this society.
In response to the closing of the restaurant, people came out to show love and support.
The aftermath and public reaction to our decision was beyond what we imagined. We received hundreds of heartfelt messages from people all over Canada.
With the support of Paramount Fine Foods, Sufi's will be back up and running again as soon as tomorrow, selling their flatbreads and desserts. For Hamburg News, I'm Sydney Walcott.
Thousands of people are fleeing this morning as the Turkish military enters Syria. Turkish military drove past the Syrian border this morning after attacking the area with explosives. The incursion comes just days after U.S. President Donald Trump said he would be pulling forces from the region. Many believe it was Trump that gave Turkey the green light, something U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo denies.
Didn't give Turkey a green light.
Since the announcement late Sunday evening, more than 60,000 people have fled their homes in Syria. Turkey is specifically launching the attack against the militia of the Kurdish Democratic Union Party. Turkey President Erdogan believes the PYD party is backed by Islamic extremists. Believing that it would serve as a launchpad for extremist attacks on Turkey is left uncontrolled. What was meant to be a day of atonement in Germany was anything but yesterday. German special police escorted a shooting suspect to Karlsruhe this morning following an attack on a German synagogue. A man allegedly attempted to enter the synagogue in the town of Halle, but was not able to gain entrance in the building. In frustration, the man began shooting at random people outside the building, killing 2 and injuring 2 others. The man apparently live-streamed his attack for 30 minutes with nearly 2,000 people watching. After the suspect was arrested, he had a large wound on his neck and is believed to have attempted suicide. Clear motives have yet to be determined, but it is widely believed to be inspired by last year's New Zealand mosque attack. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau gets put on the spot about blackface on season 2 of Jesse Cruikshank's new Mom Who Dis. Trudeau doesn't usually conduct lifestyle interviews, but Cruikshank was able to land the Liberal leader. Cruikshank teased that the show had no limits to the questions being asked. She asked Trudeau if he has a dad bod, what it's like to be a working dad, and about the blackface scandal. The show gave young children opportunities to ask the Prime Minister questions, and it got serious.
Here we go. What is... Hi, come in, take a seat. Hi, everybody.
Why did you paint your face brown?
Ooh, it was something I shouldn't have done because it hurt people. It's not something that you...
The federal election is less than 2 weeks away. Millennials will make up the largest group of eligible voters in Canada's upcoming federal election. With millennials having the power to decide the outcome of this year's election, party leaders are considering their interests as they construct their platforms. With more information on the story, here's our Humber reporter, Paige McGowan.
Will you shape the future or will it shape you? For the first time ever, millennials will make up the largest pool of potential voters in the upcoming federal election. More millennials are now eligible to vote in Canada than baby boomers. With that in mind, Elections Canada is encouraging the youth vote by making polling stations more accessible at colleges and universities.
Youths are going to be able to change this election, and we are literally the deciding vote. And honestly, the way that the Conservative Party's going, I'm a little concerned, but I think that if we come together as a group of just young people that want to make a difference, we can really change the world.
In 2015, there were about 40 on-campus polling locations across Canada. This year, there are more than 115. At Humber College, there were 2 polling stations. One was located at the Lakeshore campus and the other at the North campus. Although on-campus voting targets mainly students, Canadians who've already made up their mind and have a proper documentation are encouraged to vote as well.
So it's really important for young people to vote, because if you don't vote, you don't have any real reason to criticize what's going on, and you need to create your own future and be your own best friend. So vote for who you feel is going to best affect your life.
If you missed this round of early voting, you can still get a head start this Thanksgiving weekend. There are over 500 Elections Canada offices open across Canada, and you can vote at any one of them before 6 p.m. on Tuesday, October 15th. In the 2015 federal election, 17 million Canadians came out to vote, with the overall voter turnout rate for the 18 to 24 age group increasing to 57%, a rise of 18% from 2011. There are 27.2 million Canadians who have the power to make a difference, and millennials have the opportunity to bring significant representation if they choose to vote. With the federal election just around the corner, colleges and universities across the nation are encouraging students to vote early by providing them the option to vote on campus. I'm Paige McGowan, Humber News.
Climate change activists tried to occupy the London City Airport as part of the 2-week protest campaign to push for more actions towards protecting the environment. Environmental advocacy group Extinction Rebellion announced they would occupy the airport and shut down operations for 3 days. The London City Airport was chosen because of plans to expand the airport to handle 6.5 million passengers by 2022. That's compared to 4.8 million recorded in 2018. Even though protesters climbed over barbed wire and hung banners over the roof of the airport entrance, and some made it inside of the terminal to disrupt operations, none of the flights were cancelled. British police arrested over 500 protesters, including 83-year-old Phil Kingston, who told the media why these protests are so important.
I'm here for my grandchildren and all of their generation, and for the poorest peoples who are experiencing enormous suffering already and have done the least to cause it. And I'm a Christian, and I'm here for God's creation. It's a very beautiful world. We can't live without it. We're just so stupid to be heading down this road.
While some may have called the protest a failure, Extinction Rebellion considered it a success, since their message will still be shown worldwide no matter what happened. The winners for the 2018 and 2019 Nobel Prize in Literature have been announced. Austrian author Peter Handke writes his name in the history books after winning the 2019 Nobel Prize in Literature. Handke's notable works are his first novel in 1966, Die Hornissen, and a 1969 play. He won the award for influential work that explores the specificity of human experience. Olga Tokarczuk of Poland captures the 2018 Nobel Prize in Literature a year late due to a sexual assault scandal that cancelled last year's award. Tokarczuk started her work in 1993, but it wasn't until her third novel in 1996 that she broke through. She won the award for a narrative imagination that represents the crossing of boundaries as a form of life. We're going to take a quick break, still ahead for the latest in sports. But first, Madeline Jafar-Najad has a preview of your 3-day forecast.
The season of pumpkin spice and everything nice is in full force for all you fall lovers out there. The autumn leaves are falling, and so are the temperatures as we get closer to the coldest time of year. But chilling mornings won't stop us Canadians from preparing for this weekend's Thanksgiving festivities. I'll be back after the break with this weekend's 3-day weather forecast.